Have you ever thought to yourself, I just really wish we could push corporations to be more woke? Well, somebody did. Dip into the alphabet soup and pull out the letters ESG. What is ESG? How is it promoting wokeness? And why does it matter to you? Let's break it down. In 2005, the United Nations hosted a conference called Who Cares Wins. Yes, the United Nations did this. I know that seems too cliche, but what can we do? This was the official launch of ESG, a method for holding corporations that are publicly traded on the stock market accountable to the woke left. Over time, this methodology has made its way into the investing mainstream, led in no small part by the powerful investment management company BlackRock. In the past 2 years, BlackRock converted their most popular investment portfolios, marketed to investment advisors and their clients, into portfolios of companies selected based on ESG methodology, guaranteeing that ESG accounts would be used, and incentivizing non-conforming companies to get in on the action, or get left behind. If you have an investment portfolio, there's a chance your account is ESG and you don't even know it. But just what are the ESG standards? To be fair, not everything here is terrible. Things like treatment of employees factor in, but there are also some major red flags. And it's worth noting that most of these standards are anything but objective. Let's take it one letter at a time. E stands for environmental. Now look, we all love our little planet and no one wants to blow it up anytime soon. But we're not talking about just normal conservation. We're talking about Green New Deal agenda environmentalism.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change. This is our World War II.
So if you promote far-left views on the environment, points for you. S stands for social. How well does your company promote social causes? No, not just any social cause will do. Do you give money to fund BLM riots or other left-wing causes that go against the values of your customers? Then points for you. Are you complicit in the enslavement of millions of Uyghurs over in... Oh, sorry, we don't talk about that. G stands for governance. How is your company governed? Does your board meet the diversity quota? No, I don't mean diversity of viewpoints. I mean skin color. And do you meet the quota for the number of women on your board? No word if there are any biologists on staff to verify. The theory behind ESG, also referred to as sustainable investing, is that companies that meet these woke standards will be more reliable and profitable in the long term. It works out for the management companies like BlackRock because they get to charge more for managing ESG portfolios. As for whether or not ESG portfolios are more profitable for investors, well, we're still waiting for that one to play out. At the moment, the US government's role in pushing ESG has been limited, but that's changing quickly. The Department of Labor is planning to reverse the regulation that requires fiduciaries to select pension and 401k investments based solely on earning potential, opening the door to let them invest your retirement money based primarily on ESG scores instead. And some states, like New York and California, have passed regulations requiring certain ESG disclosures for companies who operate within their borders. If you look to Europe, their regulations are already soaked in required ESG metrics and disclosures. The US may not be far behind. Biden's SEC is currently looking to require companies to disclose their impact on climate change, the government officially propping up the first letter of ESG. But I'm sure it'll stop there. The government knows its bounds, right? But just in case, the American people need to make their voices heard. Businesses should be free to grow and innovate without being drowned in wokeism or in alphabet soup.